part 3 of the November 18th edition of Full Court Press Basketball Debate. Chris Guyette here with Yvonne Juno. Let's break down some game analysis. First, we'll start with a couple from last week. Some late last week games. We'll first start when Cleveland played New Orleans. LeBron was LeBron, notched at first, they counted it as a triple-double. They have now discounted it as a triple-double.
Right.
So it was a near triple-double against the Pelicans. Just some quick thoughts on LeBron's performance against New Orleans.
It was wonderful. I was not happy because I'm such a Pelicans fan, but
there was a party that was happy for LeBron.
Oh, yeah.
Because there was a part of me that was happy for LeBron.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
I wish him no ill will.
I got nothing against the man.
I wish him nothing but good. Okay? My feelings about LeBron have nothing to do with him like feelings I have about other players because I think they're thugs and they get out on the floor and they hurt people on purpose, stuff like that. He's not like that. Okay? Do I think that he is too much in the media, too much press, too much all this going back and forth between Miami and Cleveland and all that? But let's be perfectly honest and let's call it for what it is. That was not his doing.
No, it wasn't.
That's the media. And he does not control what the media does.
No, he doesn't.
So, to watch him play at that level, regardless of who it's against, it's a beautiful thing.
Well, look, he's hyped up as almost superhuman. Okay, he's almost, I hate saying this, he's almost like a god. Okay? Like this
and I don't think anybody should be put on a pedestal.
This supernatural figure, it just proves that he's human. And I love it.
Yeah.
I love watching the guy play.
Yeah. Nobody should be put on a pedestal that high by the media.
Here's one that kind of shocked both of us. The Spurs edge the Clippers as they end the game on a 14-3 run and shock the Staples Center. Yvonne Juno, your thoughts on the outcome of this game?
Well, you just pretty much said it in that statement.
That's not my headline. That's ESPN's headline.
Oh. Okay. Shocked. I mean,
you're shocked by that.
Yeah.
I'm not shocked that the Spurs won this game.
No, of course not. That's not what I meant.
I am shocked at two things. A, how they won the game. 14-3 run in the last 3:08. Okay?
Yeah.
And how absent the Clippers were.
Yeah, no kidding.
In that final 3:08.
That's what I was shocked by.
Oh my God.
Well, everybody decided the game's over and we don't.
Here you go, Tony.
Anymore. Yeah. It's like they look. I'm sorry. I know you hate it when I say that kind of stuff, but it's like they looked around and they said to each other, "Oh well."
Well, yeah. I mean, that's what it looked like.
We're just not going to play anymore.
Right. What won this game for the Spurs?
Because the Spurs are going to play till the whistle blows, till it's over. Till the buzzer goes off, the Spurs are going to play. I don't care if they're winning. I don't care if they're down. I don't care what the Spurs are just an elite team. And they're going to play with the last ounce of breath that they've got. Even if they're 30 points ahead, they're still.
Or 30 points down.
Right. They're still going to play till the buzzer goes off. They may seat some of their starters. They may give them a break if they've got that much of a lead.
They're going to play.
But they're
not going to slack off.
They're going to put their bench players in there, and they're going to expect their bench players to play all out, full capacity, just like they did to get themselves to the point that they're at.
Right.
Which is the way that it should be.
Ultimately, my thoughts on this were pretty much what you said in a nutshell. Ultimately, it comes down to the fact that basketball is a 48-minute game, not a 45-minute game.
You don't give up.
As you are so famous for saying, Those last 3 minutes.
can make all the difference in the
And
world.
my God, 3:08 to play.
Yeah.
And I'm shocked because the Clippers. It's the Spurs!
Yeah.
Not Philadelphia!
You don't stand on the sidelines and let the Spurs
It's
have
the
the last 3 minutes.
defending
Have
champions.
you lost your mind?
Come on. Now,
No.
I want to
No
get
matter who it is, you don't let the Spurs have the last 3 minutes.
I want to
They
get,
will run all over you.
I want to get your opinion on this. Question C. Who's the better team overall? The Spurs or the Clippers?
The Spurs.
And why?
The Spurs. For the reason I just gave you. Because they will play till the buzzer goes off.
It's the Spurs for one main reason. They're a team.
Yeah.
They're not two guys that stick out. There are 3 guys that stick out as far as accolades and awards go. But performance-wise, one night it'll be Duncan.
Why does Kawhi Leonard say that he wants to retire as
Exactly.
a Spur?
Exactly.
That sums it up in a nutshell right
Exactly.
there. They're going to play even if they're losing or they're winning,
Okay.
no matter what the point spread is.
I have been waiting for a week to debate this. Kobe Bryant sets the NBA record for most field goals missed.
That's a shame.
Your thoughts?
I think, okay, my thoughts are very clear. Very clear. Very little gray area in this. It's very black and white. Shame on the person who even pointed this out and put it in print. Shame on them. Okay? If he only shot 3 or 4 times in every game, and you put that up as a stat, that would be one thing. But when the man does nothing but run up and down the court for his entire career, coming off of a surgery, and of course he's going to have the most missed shots, because he makes the most shots. Shame on the person who ever put this in print.
You done?
I could go on for days.
Are you done? Because I'm standing up for this. Because I am standing up for what's right.
This is wrong. This was just
Kobe
flat
Bryant.
out
Kobe
wrong.
Bryant, fantastic. He's missed the most shots in NBA history.
So,
let me give you a little stat. John Havlicek previously held this record, longtime Boston Celtic, probably the greatest sixth man in NBA history. Held this record previously. He played in the NBA for 14 years. Held this record. How long has Kobe Bryant been playing in the NBA? 18 years. It took Kobe Bryant 18 years
to earn this,
to miss more shots than Havlicek missed in 14 years.
yeah, 18 years to earn this insult.
That's number one.
To earn this insult.
Number two. To all the people that are laughing at this and saying, "Oh, that's
It's
Kobe
not
for
funny.
you," go look up who's made the most shots in NBA history. Right now, it's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, followed by Wilt Chamberlain, followed by Michael, followed
By Kobe Bryant.
by Kobe Bryant.
Number 4.
And I'm just gonna
And his
end
career's
this,
not over.
and I'm just gonna end this on 2 points, 2 more points. Number one, I'm gonna quote, okay, kind of, sort of. So don't. There's a certain guy that said, "I've missed 300 plus games in my career. I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career, and that is why I succeed." End quote. Now you tell me who made that quote.
I have no idea.
Michael Jordan.
I figured that's who it was.
Okay? Let that sink in for a few minutes.
Yeah.
And lastly, do you think with as much this guy is the best to ever step on a basketball floor, in my opinion. Okay? And I love Michael Jordan. Okay?
Sure.
But I grew up watching Kobe Bryant
Yeah.
and Allen Iverson.
Kobe Bryant is doing things right now that he's probably not even supposed to be doing. He is
Do
playing
you
a lot
think
more minutes than
with
he's supposed
as
to be playing.
much pride,
Trying to help his team out.
with as much pride as Kobe Bryant has, do you honestly think he gives a shit about this?
Yes,
No, he doesn't.
I think he does.
No, he doesn't.
I think it was an unnecessary,
You know what?
derogatory.
Okay, he'll care about it, but you know what? He'll walk into his mansion and he'll look at 5 Larry O'Brien trophies.
Yeah, baby, but it's in here.
He doesn't
Okay.
care, Gamama.
I
Yvonne,
think he does.
he doesn't care. You
I
know
think
why?
he does.
Because he's got 5 Larry O'Brien trophies. He's got an MVP award.
But that's an insult.
Sure.
Everybody cares about being
And
insulted.
you know what he did a week after this came out? He went and scored 44 against Golden State.
Okay.
How much you honestly
Everybody.
think he cares?
It doesn't make it go away.
He doesn't care about that.
I think the person who put this in print should lose their job.
He doesn't care about that. He doesn't.
Who is it that put this in print?
No, he doesn't care about that. Because you know why? He's laughing at everybody. Because, really, this is the one flaw in my entire career. Look at all my successes.
Exactly.
You really think this one flaw is going to outweigh all of the success?
I understand what
No.
you're saying, but by
No.
the same token,
No.
why point out and dwell on the one thing?
Because that's the media.
Because that's how they make their money.
But Kobe Bryant is laughing at him. Because, really, this is nothing
I think,
compared to the stuff
think
I've
he took-
accomplished.
I think he took it a lot harder than you think. he
Right,
did.
and then he came out and scored 44.
To
Okay,
prove a point.
that's the way Kobe Bryant
And I
responds.
understand that, but I think it was totally unnecessary.
Oh,
to
I agree
begin
with you. I
And
agree.
I think it's an insult, a slap in the face. And
Case
the
in
person
point.
who put this in print,
Case in point. Case in point.
shame on
I
them.
want you to tell me, case in point. And I don't want you to say this because you know what I want to hear.
Okay,
Your honest opinion.
about
Best shooting guard of all time. At the end of the day, you want Michael or Kobe?
in the past or now? Oh,
All
ever?
time.
Oh, Kobe.
Why? Give me one reason you want Kobe over Michael.
Well, mainly because Kobe will give you effort even when he thinks he may fail.
Thank you. The pride.
Even,
The will to win.
even though he thinks it might not go in, he's still going to give
The
you the effort.
will to win.
The effort.
The drive.
Yeah,
The determination.
Yeah.
It is unmatched.
That is not what I thought you wanted to hear. I'm telling you what I feel.
It is unmatched. So
Absolutely.
anybody that is laughing at this, why don't you go on Wikipedia and look at all the stuff that Kobe has accomplished, and you tell me who's done half the stuff that Kobe has done.
Anybody that follows basketball and knows about Kobe is not laughing at this. I would hope that there are people that are just as insulted and infuriated by this statement as I was when I heard about
As
it.
far as I'm concerned, if you can carry a Lakers team in 2009, that your second best player was Pau Gasol with a sprained knee in the entire NBA Finals, and you can carry that team to winning the NBA Finals in a gritting and grinding 7 games against an Orlando Magic team that was powerhoused by Dwight Howard and Hedo Turkoglu and all these guys, if you can carry that team, you can do just about anything.
But he's not supposed to be playing more than 24 minutes.
I'm talking
right
about
now.
2009.
I understand that, but look, have you seen the level of frustration on his face right now running down the court?
And is he still doing it?
Huh? Of course he's still doing it because
Thank
he's
you.
Kobe.
Thank you.
The sweat is just pouring off of
And
him.
he's still doing it.
He's not supposed to be playing the minutes that he's
Michael
playing.
Jordan stopped playing at 36.
Exactly.
Kobe Bryant is 37 and is leading the league in scoring. sorry, when Jeremy Lin only takes 2 shots, Kobe's gonna take 25 shots. Okay? Give me a break.
I agree.
Give me a break.
I agree.
Point taken. The Knicks snap a 7-game losing streak against the Nuggets. This is the game we were referring to a few minutes ago back in part 2. Yvonne, your thoughts on the outcome of the Knicks finally winning?
Well, it's about damn time. It's about damn time.
To me, it's not just the winning with the Knicks. It's the way they won. They looked flawless. They looked flawless.
So answer your own question, part B. What won this game for the Knicks?
A little bit of everything. There weren't turnovers. Okay? Turnovers were very limited. The defense was good.
They
The ball
gelled
movement.
big time.
The ball movement.
They
Not letting Carmelo take 40 shots and actually stepping up and taking shots and making them, being aggressive, playing as a team.
They finally, it's like they were reading each other's minds. It was a beautiful thing to behold.
Mm-hmm.
It was a
Part C.
I sure hope that this sets the tone.
They play tonight.
Well,
Part
we'll
C.
see. Who do they play
No,
tonight?
in Milwaukee. Part C. Do the Knicks, quote, have it now?
I don't know. We'll see tonight.
Good answer.
I don't know. We'll see tonight.
Good answer.
It may have been a one-time fluke. We'll see. Because Milwaukee's nothing to sneeze at these
Oh,
days.
no.
Milwaukee is nothing
You
to
overlook
sneeze at.
Milwaukee, especially in the Bradley
You're
series,
making
you're
a
in trouble.
right.
You're in trouble.
You're making a big mistake if
You're
you
in trouble.
overlook Milwaukee or if you underestimate them.
Right.
Especially at home.
Oh, yeah. Next topic.
So we'll see.
Houston.
Ask me this next Tuesday.
Houston struggles to beat Oklahoma City, 69-65. Yes, that was the final score. Your thoughts on the outcome, Yvonne?
I'll be honest with you. That was the most frustrating game I think I have seen in a long time for both sides. It's like, really? It was frustrating. I was feeling for them, okay? I was frustrated for them. It's like neither team could get it together. Okay, let me start off by saying that anytime that we're going to be talking about OKC, stop humming. Anytime we're going to be talking about OKC in these debates that we're having, until Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook get back on that team, there's really not a whole lot to say about OKC right now because they're not playing at the level that we know that they're capable of playing. Do I think we should use that as an excuse for when they have a loss? No, I don't think so. Because the rest of the team should not be totally dependent on just those two players. I understand that, okay? But if that's the case, and you want to use the fact that that Durant and that Westbrook were not there, then Houston should have ran all over them. Houston was not playing worth a damn either. I mean, really? Dwight Howard and James Harden on the floor, and you end up with a point spread of 69-65. That was one of the most frustrating games I have ever seen for both teams. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened in that game. It looked like neither team knew how to play. Now, can we blame OKC's issues on the two best players being out? Maybe. What happened at Houston?
Thoughts on the outcome? I'm going to skip it because my explanation For
We'll give you
question
the thoughts.
B,
Okay.
we'll explain everything. What won this game for the Rockets? Well, nothing but out and out luck.
Mhm.
Here's why.
But high school teams, middle school teams score
Wait,
higher point spreads
Let
than
me
this.
back that up.
Okay.
When you score a total of 9 points in the entire third quarter, there's a problem.
Yep.
Secondly, you shoot 28.8% from the field when your season average is 44.1%. You shoot 7 of 35
That's ridiculous.
from 3-point range.
That is ridiculous.
20% when your season average is 38%.
It makes you wonder if you're
Wait,
talking about an NBA
Wait,
team.
wait. And you shoot 16 of 30 from the free throw line.
That's inexcusable.
53.3% when you're averaging 71% as a team. That's Houston.
Yeah. That's why I said it was one of the most frustrating games I've ever seen.
Nothing but out and out luck won this game for Houston.
So I can answer question C for you right away.
Who did this game say more about? Houston or Oklahoma City, and why?
Negatively or positively?
Either one.
It said more negatively about Houston, and it said more positively about OKC.
Elaborate.
Negatively about Houston because if you've got the two main players out for OKC, you should have walked all over OKC if you were Houston. 69 points? Are you kidding me? Middle school basketball teams can score higher than 69 points. Positively for OKC because they are struggling. At least they made 65 points. The whole game was like,
See, I think this game showed completely more about Oklahoma City. Completely.
that's what I'm saying.
But in a different way. You say at least you scored 65. You held Houston to 60.
Okay, well, I said it wrong. That's what I meant to say. That's what I meant to say.
Houston,
You
who
without
was
your two top scorers, your two
who
top
was
players, and you held them to only 69 points.
sixth in the league
Yeah.
in points per game, you
Yeah.
held them to 60.
You're right. That's what I meant to say. Very positive.
You can
for
hang.
OKC. Yeah.
You're not necessarily going to get over the hump and beat an elite team like a Houston or the San Antonios or the Memphises of the world,
They sure didn't look elite for that game.
but you can hang with them.
They didn't look elite for
Without
that game.
Durant and Westbrook. But why didn't they look elite? Because OKC's defense was stifling. Even without Durant and Westbrook, they played great defense.
Yeah.
You can hang. It's a very positive game for Oklahoma City, in my opinion. Very positive game.
I know one thing. It looked like Houston didn't know what they were doing.
Next one. Curry and the Warriors beat the Lakers despite Kobe's 44 points. Ivan Juno, your thoughts on the outcome of this game?
Because Kobe can't do it all. And because, let's be perfectly honest, Golden State Warriors. Shooting, come on.
You don't outshoot them.
They're just a force to be reckoned with out there shooting. I'm sorry. They just are. He's not my favorite, but he can shoot that basketball. Okay?
Kobe, 44 points. That's a season high in the entire NBA. Your thoughts on that?
Well, we just got through talking about Kobe. It's awesome.
The greatest scorer.
And because of that media article, I think he wanted to prove a
Of
point.
course he did.
Okay?
Of course he did.
which gave him the drive and the determination to do that. But come on.
How about Stephen Curry? 30 points, 15 assists in this game. Your thoughts
Okay.
on that?
Okay. Yeah, he's good. I don't like him, but he's good.
I don't think there's any doubting that.
Yeah. He's
Now,
good.
question D, Yvonne. Was this game more about the Warriors being good or the Lakers being bad? And why?
It depends on who you talk to.
I'm talking to you.
From my point
From
of view,
your opinion, was this game more about the Warriors being good or the Lakers being bad?
I
And
think
why?
I think it all had. Well, I think it was about the Lakers because I think after the media coverage and the statement that was made about Kobe, I think the focus for that game was how much more is Kobe going to miss during this game. I think they put the spotlight right on him. And I'm so glad that he scored the points that he scored to prove he had a point to prove.
This game
It was about both, actually.
this game was more about Golden State being good. Simply because the Lakers were not bad in this game. As I said
But we
earlier,
didn't know that to begin with.
as I said earlier,
You said, what was this game more about? We
Right.
didn't know what the outcome was going to be from the beginning.
no, I'm talking about the result of this game.
Okay.
The result of this game was 134 to 115 Golden
Right.
State. The result of this game
Very high scoring game.
was that the result of this game was that more about Golden State being good or the Lakers being bad?
I still say it was about Kobe.
It was about the Lakers. The Golden State.
Okay.
Simply because the Lakers were not bad in this game. And 115 points,
That's not bad.
that's my point.
Okay.
Against any other team, the
They
Lakers
would've
win
won.
this game.
Right.
But in the end, you have to shoot out Golden State. And it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen.
Okay.
They're not built for that. Okay? The Lakers weren't bad. They had less turnovers than Golden State did.
Absolutely.
But in the end, Golden State put up 134 points.
What wins is the points on the board.
Go ahead and try and outshoot that.
Right.
You can't do it.
Right.
You can't do it.
Because Kobe can't do everything.
Right. I mean,
Right.
even
That's how
even
I-
if
that's
all
how
the
I
Lakers
start-
did it,
Right.
they're not as good of a shooting team as Golden
Right.
State is.
That's why I said what I said in my initial statement.
How much time are we at now?
We're not ready for part 3 already, are we?
No, we can go through 20.
Okay.
Last night, Ty Lawson lifts Denver to a shocking win in Cleveland. Yvonne Juno, your thoughts on this outcome?
What do you want me to say?
I want you, no analytics, just your general thoughts on the outcome of this game.
Very surprised. I can't believe it happened, first of all. And where he came from and whatever power pellets he took last night, he needs to take them for every game.
Who, Lawson?
Yeah,
Well, we know he's done that before. We know he can do that.
not consistently.
Not like that,
No.
but we know he's a force.
Exactly. Exactly.
Now, I agree, by the way, on everything you just said.
Okay.
What won this game for Denver?
Besides Ty Lawson?
Unless you think Ty Lawson was the reason they won.
Well, I think why they won the game starts before the game started. I think Cleveland thought of them as this is an easy win.
So you think Cleveland won the game for Denver?
Yes.
Cleveland's mentality.
I think they went into that stadium thinking, oh, this is going to be a piece of cake, and this is going to be one of those easy
Chalk it
win
up.
games. Yep. They underestimated underestimated them, and then you tack on top of that, Ty Lawson decided, not tonight, baby.
I loved it.
And I think they were in shock and awe. And by the time Cleveland, I don't know if you saw any of the game, but by the time Cleveland realized what was happening
They were down.
and how bad it was and how little time was left, you know what? It was too late. That, coupled with the fact that Ty Lawson was on fire, it was too late. Do I think that they underestimated Denver? Do I think that it's possible that this could happen again? It sure made it fun to watch. Do I think that it's possible that Cleveland is going to underestimate another team again and let this happen? You know what? I do. I do. Because Cleveland has shown already since this season started that they have the propensity and they've already created and cultivated the habit, now that LeBron is back on the team, of thinking before they even walk in, oh, well, we got this one.
A couple of things won this game for Denver. Number one, and I agree fully, and it's a very good inference by Yvonne right there, Cleveland's mentality.
Yeah.
A couple of other things, and you know I love my stats. 9 times out of 10, shooting 48% from the field is going to win you a basketball game.
Absolutely.
You make almost half your shots,
Absolutely.
it's going to win you a ball game.
Absolutely.
How about hitting 12 3-pointers? Now, granted, that's out of 31 attempts, but that's still 39%.
That's right.
How about going 12 of 15 from the free throw line? Not the best, but it's 80%.
Oh, that's awesome.
Okay? How about out-assisting, and this is the one that gets me, out-assisting Cleveland 25 to 18.
That should never have happened.
Cleveland made 34 field goals in this game and assisted on 18 of them. Not a bad ratio. Whereas Denver made 41 and assisted on 25 of them. Okay? Come on. A few things won this game for Denver. They showed up last night.
They walked into that stadium with the mentality that was the direct polar opposite of what Cleveland walked in thinking. They walked in saying to themselves, they were pumped, they were ready to go, they showed up, they wanted to play, and they wanted to win.
Oh, yeah.
The desire was there to perform and win.
Now,
And they did.
Yvonne, should Cleveland fans be concerned? Why or why not?
No. Unless they continue with this mentality stuff that, oh, well, this is a piece of cake, we got this one. No. As a general rule of thumb, I would say overall, probably not. Probably not. Because when they want to, they can dominate that court. And you and I both know it. Just turn LeBron loose.
And that's why they should be concerned. If
Because-
you know they
Because
can,
why did they let it happen in the first
wait,
place?
if you know they can, then they should
Then why
do
didn't
it
they?
every night.
Right. Okay. I see where you're coming from.
There's got to be a little bit of something there.
Yeah.
Last night, 2 9-1 teams met. Memphis and Houston. And the headline reads, Memphis routs Houston in battle of the best records in the NBA. Yvonne Juno. We both picked Memphis to win this game, and they did. Big.
Oh, they won big time.
Your thoughts on
You
the
might want to
outcome?
tell in case somebody forgot the score.
119-93
Yep.
was the final.
Yep.
Yvonne Juno,
That's not winning by a couple of points.
well, no. It's
Okay.
a 27-point win.
That's not just winning by a few points. That's a big spread.
Yvonne Juno, your general thoughts on the outcome of
Oh,
this
it's
game.
very simple. Memphis wanted it bad. Memphis is nothing to sneeze at this
Oh
season.
God, we got the best record in the league.
Memphis is nothing to
They're
sneeze
10
at
and
this
1.
year. Okay? And honey, they wanted it bad last night.
Now,
You could tell.
what won the game for Memphis?
If I had to pick one thing, really?
It can be multiple things, but
Well, the first thing that comes to my mind is defense last night.
interesting.
Defense. Baby, you got Dwight Howard on the floor.
Kills me when you do that.
You gotta protect
Before Dwight Howard, I'm
James
thinking of
Harden.
James Harden.
James. Okay, you got James Harden and Dwight Howard on the floor to win by 27 points. You got to be on your game defensively. Are you kidding me? The reason I said Dwight Howard first is very simple. I was not thinking about shooting. I was thinking about him standing right under the goal and waiting for what doesn't drop. You got to be able to defend against Dwight Howard for his size and his capability, his rebounding, his assist. You got to be able to be there. Okay? Shooting, I will go with James Harden all day long.
Over most guys in the league.
Exactly. But baby, if your defense is not there and you got somebody like Dirk Nowitzki or Dwight Howard or Carmelo Anthony or anybody like that on the floor, if your defense is not there, you're not going to win. You can't be 100% just on one end of the court.
A few things, again, same thing with Denver. A few games won this game. A few things, won this game for Memphis. Number one, I mean, Houston shot 44%. Okay, they shot well. 8 for 34 from 3.
When you realize your three-point shots are not falling, you need to stop trying.
Not getting it done. But
You
where
need to
I
either
see
pick
it,
and roll or you need to set it up.
where I see it is this. Memphis shot 54% this game. And made 20 of 22 from the line.
What do I always say? Another thing.
9
Games can be won or lost at the free throw line.
9.9 times out of 10, that stat line
Yeah.
leads to a blowout.
Yep.
Okay? You mentioned James Harden. Held to 6 points last night. 6 points. But that's not
You know what?
bugs
That's
me.
almost unheard of.
But
for
that's
him.
not what bugs me.
That's almost unheard of for him.
What bugs me is not the 6 points because everybody has an off night. The man only shot the ball 8 times, which tells me that if Harden's not scoring and shooting the ball, Houston's in trouble.
What else does it tell you? What else does it tell you? To be able to shoot, you have to have the freedom and the availability to shoot. They were on him.
Of course.
Defense.
Because they needed to be.
Okay. That's why I said what I think was the number one thing that won the game was defense. They were on him. You got to have the availability, the openness, and be able to shoot. He couldn't shoot because they were all over him because they knew. You open it up and you let James Harden shoot, he's going to shoot.
Question C. Did Memphis prove last night that they are the best team in the NBA? Why or why not?
Right now, at this particular moment, I would probably say yeah. Right now, at this moment, I would probably say yeah. Maybe they've proven it. The stats are proving it. The people they're playing, it's not like they got the easiest schedule in the world.
It has been favorable.
Okay? It's been middle of the road.
It's
Okay.
been, they've had a lot of home games.
Okay, I understand that. It's not like the Lakers that have had the toughest schedule. I
That's just
understand that.
insane.
Okay, I understand that. But right now, who else would you say has a better record than them right
Okay,
now
but,
and is
okay,
doing better?
as far as records go,
Okay,
yeah, they're the best
who's
team in the league.
all right? Forget what I said. Scratch that. Who's playing better to you in your mind right now?
Chicago. Only team that's playing better.
Are
Chicago.
you kidding me?
You know why?
Because they're doing all that without Derrick Rose.
And last night they didn't have Gasol either. And they beat the Clippers by 14 on the road without Pau Gasol and without Derrick Rose. Now
As
you
far as
tell
I'm
me.
concerned, you can't even count on Derrick Rose.
Now you
anymore.
tell me. What happens if you take Marc Gasol off of Memphis with the way he's playing right now? Or you take Mike Conley off the floor? Or you take Zach Randolph off the floor? Is Memphis the same team?
No. No.
Why not?
No. No.
Why not?
Because they work together as a unified team.
Because they don't have the
their
depth.
strengths.
They
right.
don't have the depth.
Right, and their strengths.
Okay, Pau Gasol's missing. Go ahead, Taj Gibson.
No.
That ain't exactly a downgrade.
No.
Okay?
No. I hear you.
Only Chicago. Only. I'm not stabbing.
I'm saying they're neck and neck.
I'm not stabbing at Memphis, okay? Memphis is a force. And I said in the preseason debate, everybody is looking at San Antonio as the defending champions, as they should be. And everybody is looking at Dallas.
Well, yeah, to be perfectly honest,
And everybody-
I thought they were going to be a repeat.
And everybody, I still think they're going to be a repeat because
Okay.
they'll get it together.
Okay.
Everybody's looking at Dallas because of the addition of Chandler Parsons. And of course, everybody's looking at Houston because of James Harden and Dwight Howard. And everybody's looking at New Orleans because of Anthony Davis and they're up and coming. You're forgetting about Memphis. And sure enough, not only the best record in the division,
Right.
the best record in the league.
Yeah.
Only Chicago. And I would not say Chicago if they would have lost to the Clippers last night. But they beat the Clippers not only without Rose, but without Pau Gasol as well. To me, if you remove either Marc Gasol or Zach Randolph from Memphis, they're not nearly the same team. I just don't think they're the same team. I just don't.
Of course not.
The fact that Chicago can take Pau Gasol out, stick
Okay,
Taj
but
Gibson
you're
in there.
giving them credit for being the best in the league right now just because they have a handicap.
No. I
Yeah.
think no. They're playing better basketball. And they have more depth. Memphis
Maybe you
doesn't
just
have
got
the depth.
through saying they did it without Rose and without Gasol.
Right.
That's their handicap.
But imagine with those two on the floor.
But the point is they weren't there.
Oh, that's exactly my point. If they can beat a team like the Clippers on the road, without Rose and Gasol, now you tell me what other team can do that. What other team can do that?
I hear what you're saying, but I would still have to say Memphis. would be
Memphis
number
and
one
Chicago,
right now.
they're-
Well,
okay,
they're fighting
but
to be
also-
in that first place position.
Also, you got to include Toronto in there somewhere. Okay? I mean, there's so many good teams,
Yeah,
but Chicago and Memphis,
they're fighting for that top
I give
spot.
Chicago an edge simply because of depth. Memphis doesn't have a Taj Gibson. Memphis doesn't have a Doug McDermott. They don't.
Okay, all the more reason you should be ranking them first because they're having to work twice as hard because they don't have those kind of people.
But doesn't that show that Chicago has the more well-rounded and better team?
Doesn't that show that Memphis can do it even without top-notch players like that?
Okay, but you got 3 top-notch players in your lineup already.
Okay.
So if you lose one, what happens?
Okay, but they haven't.
Okay,
We won't know that unless
but
it happens.
the depth is not there.
I give you that.
It's not
I
there.
give you that, but we're talking about what we're dealing with right at this moment
Chicago.
that is working.
Chicago.
I say Memphis.
I want to see him go head-to-head.
I do too.
I want to see him go head-to-head
I do too.
because they're both grit and grind teams.
I do too. I
wait for that matchup.
I think the underdog that does not have the top-notch players that still defeats
But Steve, with the Bulls, you don't have a top-notch player either.
because they're handicapped.
The starting point guard is Kirk Heinrich. He's not top-notch. Taj Gibson.
You're not going to give the first-place team the title of first place simply because they're handicapped.
I'm not giving it because they're handicapped. I'm saying because they can do the stuff that they are doing with a handicap. So even when they come back, they're going to be even better.
Okay?
Chicago and Memphis.
I say Memphis.
I got Chicago.
Okay? I can't wait till they play each other.
Now we're on to Chicago. The shorthanded Bulls beat the Clippers on the road and remain unbeaten this season on the road. Final score to this game was 105-89, 16-point victory. Yvonne Juno, your thoughts on the outcome of this game?
I think it's great because if they can do it without Derrick Rose, that just proves that they don't need him.
And Pau Gasol.
Okay?
They did it
Okay.
without him too.
Okay? Okay?
My thoughts on the outcome are that
I just don't understand what's wrong with the Clippers.
we're going to discuss that. B, what won this game for Chicago?
I don't know. What do you think?
What has won
Would you
them?
narrow it down to one particular thing?
Yeah.
Okay. Team effort?
Defense.
Okay.
Grit and grind. You hold the Clippers at the Staples Center to 89 points without Pau Gasol. Holy moly!
Okay. Same way I feel about Houston and
Holy
Memphis.
moly!
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Okay.
That's unheard of.
Okay.
Now, see,
Oh, there's my question.
what's wrong?
with it? I don't know. Somebody help me understand.
You don't know?
You got the best coach there
You
is.
don't know? I'm gonna stab your boy. That you continue to
What's wrong with
glorify.
Chris Paul?
8 points in a game that did not feature Derrick Rose. A big-time game environment. At home. A must-win game. A chance for you to show off.
Look what he did in the last game.
I ain't talking about the last game. Exactly. Whoa. Thank you. 32 points last game.
I just threw
32
myself under
points
the bus.
last game.
I just threw myself under the bus.
He
Yeah.
is capable of that.
Yeah, you're right. And who was that against?
And you show up.
Wait, and who was that against? I don't have it in front of
I'm
me.
sorry, not 8 points. 12 points.
Okay.
12
But the
points.
last game, that was last week. I don't have that in front of me. Who was that against?
Phoenix.
Okay.
You going against Isaiah Thomas.
Yeah.
Eric Bledsoe.
And you
Goran
can score- and you
Dragic.
can score
And you
32
score
points.
32.
Yeah.
And then you enter a big game environment against Kirk Heinrich.
Yeah.
And you score 12 on 5 of 11.
And he was off last night. Big time. Yeah.
But
So
wait,
you're saying
but
saying
wait,
he's the only reason they lost?
because let's look at matchups. Wait, look at matchups. Follow me on this, because this is a process, okay? The Clippers get the ball, all right? Who comes down the floor with the ball in his hands?
Okay.
Chris Paul,
Yeah.
correct? Dribbling up the top. He
Yeah.
calls the plays, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Okay. Instead, and look who he's got on him. Kirk Heinrich. He's not an elite defender. Chris Paul could take Kirk Heinrich to school. Okay? Chris Paul takes 95% of the point guards in the NBA to school on a nightly basis.
He could, yeah.
Okay?
Normally.
You got Kirk Heinrich on you. Take him No. I'm only going to shoot the ball 11 times. But I'm going to give the ball to Blake Griffin, who's got Joakim Noah
Oh, I know.
on him.
Could you turn it around, maybe? Wait, sorry to interrupt you. Could you possibly turn it around and say that Chris was trying not to be a ball hog? And
Why wouldn't you be a ball hog? For once in your life.
then they accuse him of not being a team player.
But if you've got the matchup,
They accuse him of not being a team player.
if you've got
But if you
the
got
matchup,
Joakim Noah guarding you,
and
you-
Griffin
Yeah.
shot the ball 15 times.
yeah,
Yet
that
Chris
was
Paul's
bad
not to blame.
decision making.
Chris Paul's not to blame.
Yes, I agree. I'll give you this one. Yeah, I'll give you this one. Joakim Noah is on you. Yeah, if you've got the opportunity to shoot the ball, you need to shoot the ball.
Kirk Heinrich.
Yeah,
Since when is Kirk Heinrich Gary Payton?
yeah. It's not like Isaiah Thomas was. Yeah,
Oh
Right.
my God.
it's
Chris!
Not, it's not like he was up against
And
Rondo
please, people,
or.
please. I love Chris Paul. I know it doesn't sound like it, but if I didn't love Chris Paul, I wouldn't be saying this.
He's always been your favorite.
And if I didn't know what Chris Paul was capable of on a night-to-night basis, and if I did not know that Chris Paul is the best damn two-way player in the game of basketball today, I would not be saying this. But I know all of that stuff that I just
Yeah.
said for a fact.
How many points did Blake end up with?
17. But had 15 shots. So he could be blamed for that. He's got to make his shots. Okay. Chris Paul, you got Kirk Heinrich on you, man.
I think that's wonderful what Blake Griffin did with Joakim Noah guarding. Are you kidding me? The fact that he made that many points. with
Come
Noah
on,
guarding.
Chris! What are you thinking?
How many turnovers did he end up having?
I don't understand.
I don't know.
What
where-
is with this?
I don't understand where his mindset
Especially
was.
against Chicago? A big
I
game
don't
environment.
understand. On any other normal night, he would be hogging the ball and taking shots when he's got the availability. Did somebody tell him something? I know damn good and well Doc did not say to him, "Oh, you're hogging the ball too much. Go ahead and share the ball
A big
tonight."
game environment. They only had 12
Now-
turnovers. They only had 12 turnovers last week.
Okay,
That's not
now we're talking about Doc here.
If Derrick Rose would have been guarding Chris Paul,
Then
It'd
you
be
could
different.
say- yeah,
that's what this boils down to.
yeah.
You have got to you are the best point guard in the world.
I don't know what he was thinking last night.
What are you doing? I keep telling you and you keep denying it. He is taking a back seat to Blake Griffin
Is he being told to do that?
by Doc Rivers, who was a point guard himself, who absolutely worships the ground Chris Paul walks on, who is the reason Doc Rivers went to Los Angeles. Look what Doc Rivers molded Rajon Rondo into. If not for Doc Rivers, Rajon Rondo doesn't even exist.
Yeah,
What did Doc Rivers preach in
I don't
Boston?
understand.
What did Doc Rivers preach in Boston? Defense.
Yeah.
And is Rondo not the best damn defensive
Oh,
point guard
yeah.
in the game of basketball?
Yeah.
Rivers wants to work with an elite point guard. His son is a point guard.
Yeah.
He was a point guard. I want to go to Los Angeles for Chris Paul. Chris Paul is the reason Doc Rivers is coaching that team.
So what do you think happened?
He's taking a backseat.
Why?
Good question.
Why would he do that?
Good question. To Griffin? Griffin?
Okay, do you have any
Can we
idea?
say one-dimensional?
Okay, can you elaborate and tell me why you think this is happening?
Because he thinks Blake Griffin is something that Blake Griffin is not.
Chris Paul thinks that?
Chris Paul wants Blake Griffin to be a superstar. And does Griffin have the potential to be a superstar? Yes! Is he a superstar right now?
No.
Clippers star.
But how would it look if Chris dominated the court and did not let Blake Griffin shine?
It would look like a win.
Well,
In this particular game,
Yeah.
it would look like a win. And I guarantee you, the Clippers are waking up this morning feeling much happier than they are. Stop taking a back seat to Blake Griffin. Stop it.
What I don't understand is when he realized that it was not working, why did he let it go for so long and go through the whole game?
I mean, it's enough, man. It's absolutely enough. I don't understand. We're up to almost an hour on this. I don't understand. I don't understand. Quickly, is Chicago the best team in the Eastern Conference? Why or why not?
We already talked about that.
Yes. Eastern Conference.
Okay. Okay.
Yes or no?
Yeah.
In the East.
Yeah.
Okay. Just clarifying. We'll talk Pelicans and other headlines in part 4.